That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, "That don't sound right," send us a comment. You're one of us. Tonight on That Don't Sound Right.
Muffled?
It was the unami of explosion. It was that. Hey, Peter.
Hey, Cecil. Hey, it's good to be back. We have a special guest with us today. It's my 18-year-old daughter, Emily. Say, hey, Emily.
Hi, I'm back again.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here.
It's exciting. Thanks for being back. You know you have to promote this on your social media now.
So I guess so.
And I guess you have channels that Cecil and I don't have. Like
I have audiences that you are not a part of.
That's right. We have you have technology that we don't dive into.
Doesn't exist with us. So I got a story for you this week, and then I got our topic.
Okay.
So this week I was behind a guy at Chick-fil-A.
In the drive-through or the
drive-through?
Okay, I need to ask some follow-up questions.
Yeah.
I need the complete picture.
The drive-through.
Okay.
And the person in front of me is somebody I probably should know just from the stickers on their car, but I didn't know who it was.
Okay.
But they had some stickers that would lead me to believe that I had to run into
maybe like a school
right,
or
okay.
Okay.
I could only hear his part of the conversation. But this is what I heard. I'm a pastor of a church. Can I have an extra ketchup?
Okay.
So now I've heard our pastors invoke pastoral privilege.
We do
but
that.
I didn't think you needed that for an extra ketchup.
Not for a condiment.
I would love to know what the other half of that conversation was.
Well, yeah. I mean, so Emily, you worked in the food industry.
I did, yeah.
You've received probably such requests for extra dressing or extra, salt, extra spice.
Yeah.
What kind of extra things have people asked you for?
Definitely ranch. That is the big thing.
Right.
Speaking of ranch, I'm surprised that's not a flavor on our taste buds. You remember last week we talked about taste buds? I would think ranch is a flavor on our taste buds.
That's what ranch is. So I wanted to really pull up after that and say, hey, I'm a pharmacist. Can I get an extra ketchup? And they'd be like, oh, you're part of the medical profession?
Whoa, did you do that?
I did. I was so trying to figure out what would have prompted him to say, I'm a pastor, can I have an extra ketchup? That I was just engrossed.
I would think that they would give you an extra ketchup even if you weren't a pastor.
Regardless.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I really wanted to know what prompted that comment. And this guy could be listening to the show. He might go, oh, that was me.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get some feedback on this one.
Because I'm sure whatever it is would make sense if you heard the rest of the conversation. Or I hope it would.
It's one of those things when it's out of context.
Exactly. So here's your topic for the week.
Okay.
So it was early in the morning in the Davis household. This was several years ago.
All right.
So right around 5:30, 6 a.m.
This is unrelated to the
the first
condiment
thing. The condiment thing was just for free.
Okay.
That's just a story.
All right. We like free stuff.
Yeah. That's just for free.
Including free ketchup.
It's free, including free ketchup for pastors. So it's 6 a.m. in the morning, 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning.
All right.
We're all asleep.
Okay.
And there is an explosion in our house. More like an implosion.
In the house?
In the house.
Okay.
It's loud enough that it wakes Christy and I both up. Well, it wakes everybody up, really.
All right.
And then after the implosion, you can just hear glass raining down.
Okay, so this is...
Yeah. And so...
Now, you said implosion, not an explosion.
Like an explosion would be more like, I think, like dynamite, like a bomb.
Okay.
But this was a loud sound, but it wasn't like the outward blast. You could tell it was...
Like more...
To me. I realized that our shower stall door has exploded.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I go in there and the door is exploded. So I think something's fallen against it or fallen down and hit it, but nothing had fallen.
Okay.
The door had just exploded spontaneously.
And is this tempered glass? Did it
It's
break up?
tempered glass.
So if it's tempered glass,
Yeah.
it breaks up into really small bits, usually rectangular.
Yes.
And really no jagged, sharp edges that would be. I mean, the cubes themselves could cut you, but typically a tempered glass won't have these long, sharp,
Jagged, right.
jagged shards.
So it's pieces, exactly right. But the tempered thing is what you're on to the correct thing. Have you heard of this?
No.
Yes. It turns so.
Ooh, can I guess?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask some questions, some diagnostics questions. Was it cold, or do we have a sudden temperature change in the house?
It was right around the change of the seasons. Yes.
And so in the morning, does your heater turn on? Is that when your heater turns on?
Yes.
And is there a vent in that bathroom?
There is.
Okay. So I'm guessing, my guess is that you had a similar effect of pouring hot water into a glass bowl. That when you put the hot water in, you have a sudden expansion of the glass in one part of the bowl, and in the other part of the bowl there is no expansion, and the glass moves against each other, causes it to shatter. So I'm guessing what happened to your door, it's the same thing. You had a different temperature somewhere on the door, maybe up high or maybe down low, and something expanded while the other thing didn't expand, and kapow.
Right.
Well,
I think you're correct.
Okay.
But why did that happen? But that could happen on any given day.
That's what I was thinking. Like, wouldn't it have happened before?
Right. So once I got up that day and started looking into this, the exploding doors it's a thing.
That's right. Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's what I need in my life.
Yeah.
Exploding glass doors.
It is a thing. And the thing that, you're right. There was a difference, but it turns out those tempered glass is under pressure.
Like all the time?
Under pressure all the time.
Ooh.
And so, you could hit it with a 2x4, you're not going to break it because the pressure dissipates.
Right.
That's why all these escape tools are a point.
Right.
Yeah. So what you're trying to do is crack that. What am I thinking of?
You're trying to initiate a crack.
Yeah.
That just spreads throughout the entire piece of glass.
Yes. So that's so if you were trying to break a windshield, if you hit it with a bat, you're not going to break it.
Right.
But if you hit it with the end of a salt shaker, there's a good chance you can crack it.
Right. That's right.
Because it's that point. Right. You're breaching the. What am I trying to think of? You're breaching the integrity.
Okay.
You're breaching the integrity of the glass. So that's what happened in this. Somewhere way back in the manufacturing process, there was probably a small defect in there.
Okay.
And then over time, that defect got worse until one day, like you're saying, the temperature gradient. But it turns out this is a thing. Like, these doors explode.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's just what I needed to hear.
Right.
Well, that's why we have, Emily, you always wondered, why don't we ever put a tempered glass door in our shower? Well, this is the reason. I just don't want glass everywhere.
Because they explode.
Well, and
implode.
And as people heard this story, like more and more people told me their story.
Really?
Oh yeah, that happened to me. Like one lady told us a story that she was in the shower when it happened.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess without getting a lot of other input, I would have to say that. I would have to say that don't sound right, because that's hazardous.
Yeah.
And what's really strange to me is the automotive industry, they put tempered glass on the side windows. It's not the windshield usually isn't tempered,
right,
but the side windows.
Yes.
Those are usually tempered, and that's because once it hits, it's strong, but the second thing, once it breaks, you want it to break up into a lot of little bits instead of having these pointy shards that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But you don't really hear about that happening in cars, and cars really do get their windows cycled in terms of hot and cold. They start out pretty cold, and then it gets pretty hot. You turn your heater on, and vice versa.
But if you think about it, you're dealing with a lot less surface area.
Okay. All right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because like with a glass door, there's a big weight difference between the top of that door and the bottom of that door.
Okay.
because all that glass, the weight of the glass at the bottom is going to be, the pressure is going to be higher.
Okay.
So any imperfection in there is going to be exaggerated.
And maybe the quality of shower glass isn't up to snuff as it compares to automotive.
So I don't want this to be a takedown episode, so I won't mention the company that did this. But I called them and talked to them, and they were like, yeah, we know that happens. What do you want us to do about it? I talked to 2 different people at the company. And I was like, you know this happens? They're like, oh, yeah, we know it happens. But what do you want us to do? I'm like, well, maybe invent a non-exploding door.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Send me another one.
Right.
Did they offer that?
No. It was awful. Like, I even tried to talk to the VP, and they were like, yeah, you're not going to talk to me. Sorry.
Wow.
They basically just said, sorry about that, beat it.
Well, that makes everyone think about what kind of glass or what kind of doors you're going to put in your shower. Now, I'll be honest. I guess I've only been around a house. When I was a senior in college, I lived in a townhouse that had a glass door in the shower, and it never exploded on me.
Right.
But
that's good.
It all depends on really if there's going to be a defect on it.
Right. But if you like the Better Business Bureau has multiple listings of these things.
Good grief.
Happening. So I took it out. Like, I will not have one back in there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I had, so it was 2 panels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't replace the one that exploded.
Right.
I took the other one out and put a shower curtain up.
Really? You'll never go back?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done with tempered glass shower doors?
Tempered glass shower doors, yeah.
Whoa. What do you think about that, Emily? Would you, what does that make you think about tempered glass shower doors?
Well, I mean, I've always used shower curtains, and like the only time I've ever used the tempered glass door was, I guess, at like grandma's house.
Uh-huh.
And
oh, right. Yes.
yeah. And I don't know. That would be scary if it, like the lady that it exploded on when she was in the shower.
Yeah.
That's kind of terrifying. It's like, you don't know what happened.
She got hurt.
All of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Where are you going to go? I mean, everyone's seen the movie Die Hard.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Everyone's seen the movie. You have no clothes on. You're in the shower.
Right.
And you have 10,000 shards of glass in the shower with you and out. Where are you going to go?
Right.
Where are you going to step?
You're gonna get cut.
Right. You just got to stand. So when I swept up all the glass, I weighed it, and it was about 30 pounds of glass.
No kid. What?
30
What made you weigh? What made you weigh it?
Why do I do anything? It's just, it took so much to get all this glass up that when I got in the box, I was like, I wonder how much this weighs.
I gotta know.
Was it like heavy? Well, I guess,
yeah, the box. Like, I couldn't carry it out in the box because it was going through the bottom of the box.
Oh.
Or no, I couldn't carry it out in the bag, so I had to put the bag in a box.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But it's about 30 pounds, as I remember. It might have been even a little more. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Well, I mean, when you think about a glass door, if you've ever had to pull like a sliding glass door off at your house, I mean, they're very heavy. Glass is just glass is heavy.
Glass is heavy and explosive.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Well,
So, another helpful safety tip from the Don't Sound Right podcast. We're here to help.
Well, I hope you all join us again next week. Well, maybe we'll have a little lighter topic.
This was pretty heavy, about 30 pounds worth.
Right, exactly. Anyway, I'm glad you joined us again.
Yeah, thanks for being back. Thanks for being back.
Yeah. So tell all your friends.
I'll warn them about the tempered glass.
That's right.
Yep. All right. Any final words?
No, just stay curious, everybody.
That's right. If you want a T-shirt, Emily designs our T-shirts and our logos, and they're available in the show notes to tell you where to go. And then if you want to write in to us, it's tdsrpodcast.
Tell us about your exploding shower glass story.
Oh, I guarantee you somebody will write in and tell us their door exploded.
I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait.
All right. See y'all next week.
All right, bye now.